Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's definitely what he's gonna be coming back to. He's gonna be coming back to the scary, the spooky, the spooky spooky.
On November.
Okay, okay. Get you that. Get you right there. Make sure you're working. And I hopefully it is not too loud, but just let me know if it is.
On November
Oh
14
wait,
of 2020.
I can't hear it. I was like, why can't I hear it? I can't hear it. My thing's all the way up.
On
There.
November
Oh,
14 of 2025,
there you go.
a small family rents out an Airbnb for a few days, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while staying there. They had booked the place in advance for an upcoming wedding that was out of town, so staying here made sense. But
Okay.
one night, after coming back from walking their dog, this happens.
Damn, that's loud.
We were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard.
Just jump straight into it. No warning. No warm up or anything.
Jesus Christ.
I don't hear anything. I might just be crazy though.
Somehow, the leash on her dog's collar suddenly jolts up in a quick motion before wrapping
I didn't even see that. For a second there, I thought she had just dropped it.
itself around her dog. It just flings up as if someone had chucked it upwards, but clearly, no one is seen on the stairs to have done that, which is very odd considering that just moments ago this was heard.
Yeah, no,
Sarah,
that's
who recorded this
actually
video, was
odd.
just as baffled as the Airbnb host who received this video from her. But this wouldn't be the only video she sends, because the next day, while placing the leash on the stairs to see if it would jump again, this is captured.
Yeah, no, that is genuinely odd. Okay, so she's putting it down again to see if it'll do it again.
There she goes again.
Same spot.
I don't think the leash is gonna move, but she's definitely sensing something.
So she's been like obsessed with this spot.
Every single day.
Although the leash doesn't move this time, her dog goes ahead and does this. For some
See, that's why I
reason,
thought it
it's
was
at the same
weird.
time the leash is on the steps that her dog begins to search for something. But like before, nothing appears to be there. Sydney even checks the rug to see if anything on or under it was making her dog behave this way. But still, nothing. However, there's something in this video that's worth pointing out, and it's a detail that appears in other videos that Sydney recorded of her dog. Watch closely.
So I wanted to show you guys some footage of my dog with these stairs. So here's another clip that I got of her doing it, walk over and see her, and she was so locked into this.
Now, if you didn't notice, in each video, Sydney's dog is always around a certain area of the stairs. It's always the middle or lower half of the steps, but never the top. If it wasn't for this detail, Sydney would not have realized this.
So I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So I just found a door back here.
How did you just find
I
this?
don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I tried to check, but the door is locked. Obviously it's an Airbnb, so they lock a lot of the doors up. Yeah, I don't think that it's what's on the stairs, like what I initially thought.
If that's the front door, how did you just now see that door right there?
I think it's what's below.
Considering that the space is on the ground, it explains why her dog is never seen on top. She seems to be sensing something that's in this room. But the
Oh,
question
right.
is, what exactly is she sensing?
I forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Thing is, if I were to give a guess, if there is an actual explanation, there might just be like maybe like some rats or like bugs in that room. But I don't know, maybe it just might be me conspiracy theories. I don't know. Some people have had said some creepy things have happened at Airbnbs.
Wanting to find out, Sydney and her sister probe around the space to see what it might be that's inside. But during this moment, while recording, they capture this.
So this is the switch.
That's the switch.
You guys can see their light is on right there.
It could just be a storeroom of some kind.
I wonder if
Yeah, it's like an empty storeroom. Why make us look? Because we have to, that's why. We're not gonna get kidnapped. Yeah, it's just a storeroom. Oh, what was that? Oh!
Almost immediately after Sydney pulls out her phone, the doorknob suddenly turns. Although no one was seen on the other side, the door handle moves as if held from the other end.
Oh.
Now Sydney was under the impression
Yeah,
that a
no,
person
hell
had turned
no.
the knob, so they reach out to
Like, I'm gonna be honest, absolutely not.
the Airbnb host and ask if anyone else is renting the place.
sent the video to the landlord of the Airbnb, and hold on, let me turn asking like, hey, is there someone else renting it out as well as us or what? Because basically he was like, no, you guys are the only ones that are in the Airbnb right now, like booked out for the week.
After
Oh
finding
yeah,
out
no,
that
same.
no
I
one
would
else
have
is inside,
lost it
Sydney
if we
concludes
saw
that what
something.
happened that night wasn't a case of someone co-renting the house, but rather another paranormal occurrence. To her, this is much preferable over having a stranger inside the house.
Yeah.
But despite being at ease now, knowing that it's not a person, the doorknob incident still baffles her. This is so, especially given that it still moves now and then.
Honestly, it was probably just trying to scare. It's probably just trying to scare her and just be like, "Hey, this is my space. Leave me alone. Like, screw you. This is my space." If nothing else has actually happened, that's probably what it's trying to do. Are they knocking on the door to see if they'll get an answer? That's awesome. I'd honestly probably try to, just to mess with it and see.
This doorknob would turn a little bit.
Ooh. Oh, so they're trying to catch it when the doorknob turns. Why not just push the phone underneath there and try and do it? Yeah, just leave the phone there. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh! Something did pull her phone. She lost her phone. Oh! Hello? Well, she most definitely lost her phone now. Is that a basement?
As it turns out, this room was actually a basement. Out of
Oh.
nowhere, the phone gets yanked inside before tumbling down the steps and landing on its face. But it's before it tumbles that something weird happens. If you didn't notice, the phone moves on its own again before falling down. But of course, the strangest part is when the phone somehow lifts
Honestly, I'm
itself.
surprised her phone
Neither
wasn't
Sydney
cracked.
nor the Airbnb host could explain this. it just rises up before falling back with no footsteps around to suggest that someone was there. It's no wonder why many see this as being paranormal.
Yeah, no.
To
That's
Sydney and her
actually
sister,
like
that's exactly the
genuinely freaking scary. Like, I feel like they shouldn't keep messing with this because I feel like it's trying to like be like, hey, this is my space. I will leave you alone if you leave me alone. So I feel like this might have been a warning. Like, do not mess with me. Like, stop
case.
messing with
Whatever
me.
had been inside did not seem to like their intrusion, from the leash moving on its own to the phone being pulled inside. It currently remains unknown as to what exactly occurred here, but as with all videos, you be the judge on whether or not something supernatural took place. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
I feel like it's trying to get them to leave it alone. Like, this was like your warning. Like, leave us alone. Like, leave me alone.
Now, the following video was recorded by a grandmother who
I feel like it's just peeking through the stairs by the dog. That's probably what it is. It's probably watching them. It very well could be, and that could be why the dog is going nuts, especially since I think Rottweilers have really good, like, sense of smell, too, and stuff like that. So, stuff like that in general, and the fact that it's so obsessed with just being, like, right there at least once a day, it probably is. It's probably watching them and making sure that they're not, you know, messing with it. Whatever it is.
lives alone with her dog. and
Whatever
two
they
cats.
are, excuse me. That's a better way of
However,
phrasing
appears
it. Whatever
their
they
pets
are.
aren't the only ones keeping her company, because according to her, there's something in her house that won't leave her alone.
В зеркале было отражение чего-то не очень непонятного на видео. Я вам всем докажу.
According to Polina, last night she recorded a video of something that appeared in her bedroom. It showed up in the same spot where it often appears, around the mirror. She's been trying to get it on camera as her family believes it's nothing. They believe it's her old age that's making her see things. But after watching this video, they're not so sure now if that's the case. Take a look.
Уходи отсюда. Я тебя не боюсь. Уходи отсюда. Уходи из моего дома. Уходи. Я тебя не боюсь.
So she's trying to show that she isn't scared.
Уходи отсюда. Уходи отсюда. Я тебя не боюсь. Уходи. Уходи, я сказала. Уходи отсюда. Уходи. Я тебя не боюсь.
After Polina realizes that what she'd seen wasn't there, she catches sight of this, a dangling ornament beneath the lamp, moving on its own. However, it wasn't just swaying back and forth as one would expect. It was curving upwards in a strange manner that neither a draft or wind current could cause. Now, whatever happened that night is something that remains uncertain. In either case, whether paranormal or not, just seeing this out of nowhere is unsettling. But one night, Polina decides to record again because apparently she saw the same figure hiding inside the fireplace.
These new ones actually have been pretty freaking good.
Like something out of a nightmare, what looks like a head suddenly appears in the fireplace.
Absolutely not. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Right when Polina starts to get close.
Yeah,
It's
no,
as if
no.
Whatever this was,
No,
had
no, no,
realized she
no,
was
no, no.
approaching. Understandably, she was freaked out by this, but
No.
more so after going back to the space and seeing the fireplace completely empty now. Like before, what she saw initially is now gone. Now currently, no new videos have been shared by Polina, whether supernatural or something else. These two clips are without a doubt pretty terrifying.
No, there's something going on there is something going on that they don't know about.
Now, the following video comes from a young
Oh
mother
God,
named
it's a
Akina, and ever
baby.
since having her first
Oh,
child, she's
no.
been posting numerous videos of her baby
No.
boy. It's her first child, so it makes sense that she would want to capture every moment
No,
involving her son Pongo.
no.
From the time he was born to the moment he got his first playpen, Akina has been sharing lots of memories involving Pongo on her page. However, not every moment has been shared online, and for good reason.
No.
On January 29th of 2024, at around 2:30 in the morning, Akina was dead asleep when she suddenly woke up to something in her bedroom. Thankfully, little Pongo was unaware of what was happening because during this moment, something pretty frightening happened. The following is what was caught. Take a look.
No. There goes the door. Okay, so she immediately perked up because the door opened. Baby's in the playpen. Baby boy is in the playpen. Yeah, no. So she walked out. What was that? What was that? I would have taken the baby with me. Why didn't she pick up the baby? Why didn't she take the baby with her? Oh, something's gonna happen to that baby. No, I don't want something to happen to the baby. I don't want something to happen to the baby. And it's opening again. Why did you leave the baby in the playpen? Why did you leave your baby behind? Oh! What was that? Well, you walked in at the right time. You came back at the right time, I believe. Okay, so what is up with this mom? I'm sorry, what is up with the mom? That was just weird. Like, no, that was genuinely weird.
Akina didn't want to share this video initially. Now, besides the fact that the door opens and closes all by itself, there's something Akina mentions that makes this whole video even more terrifying. According to her, at this moment, she had seen a figure standing at the doorway which looked a lot like her husband. But the weird part about this is that her husband had not come home from work yet.
So he was still at work.
A few hours before he came back. But strangely, to Akina, he was there, just staring at her from a distance. Now, clearly, no one is there. However, if you listen
that's why she got a...
you can hear Akina's security alarm going off as though someone entered the house. It's for this reason she leaves the room to turn it off and to chase her husband, who was walking away at this point. But it's from this moment that things start to get creepier, because not long after, Akina acts strange. From standing motionless at the door to quickly coming in and sitting down in a rigid manner, it's almost as if Akina was someone else. But as it turns out, she was just scared, because after heading downstairs to see where her husband had gone, she saw that all the lights were still off and the door still locked. Her husband, as it seems, was not home yet. Freaked out, she heads back up and sits down while trying to figure out what just happened. If he wasn't home,
so that's why she just sat down.
She continues to replay this moment in her head, despite occurring a while ago. But until it's figured out what happened, she'll continue to keep this video up on her page while sharing more videos of her son. For now, this occurrence remains a mystery.
Yeah, no, that's just straight up weird. That is just straight up weird.
In this next video, a mother had recently shared a clip that freaked her out after noticing what was in it. One day, while looking at her security cameras, Adrian Dakota notices something inside her living room, but more specifically, around her child's playpen. She wasn't sure as to what she was seeing, so she zooms in and replays the video to check. It goes without saying, but what she saw continues to keep her up at night.
Okay.
Now, it's important to note that before this incident, Adrian had already been documenting strange things around her house, and for some reason, these occurrences had something to do with her children's toys.
Toy is going off again. Okay. I always think it's so
Now,
bizarre when
be
it
easy
comes to
write this
kids
off
and
as being just a
toys.
glitch or a toy that's starting to malfunction, but what's strange is that this was happening day after day, one toy turning on after another. And
Oh,
that's
that
without
is
mentioning
weird.
That during this time, Adrian's daughter had an imaginary friend who she said was very tall. Now, keep this imaginary friend in mind because this detail
Is it the Hat Man? Is it the Hat Man? It might be the Hat Man.
becomes important much later in the video she recently posted. The reason why she was so freaked out by the toys turning on was because prior to this, her daughter kept mentioning this imaginary friend. And apparently, this so-called friend would show up in places where her daughter said it was, usually inside the house, near the toys. Adrian was so frightened by this, but more so by this video, because according to her, while taking care of her second child in another room, something terrifying appears in her living room. This is what she caught.
Jesus, that was aggressive. That was aggressive.
To Adrian, it appears that someone or something peeks out from behind her baby's playpen. Thankfully, her child wasn't in there during this moment. But
Okay, I was trying to
even
figure
though
out what
no
that
baby
was.
occupying it, the figure itself looks like one. Whether it's just pareidolia or not, it's obvious that something is there.
No, there
Considering
was
that a bowl just
definitely
fell off the shelf with
there
no
was
apparent
definitely
cause,
something there at
Adrian can't help
least.
but wonder if whatever this was had been responsible for the other occurrences before. It is strange how each occurrence involves one of her children's things. Whether
Yeah.
it's their toys or their small play enclosure, something unexplainable happens around them. This, of course, brings up the question, could this have been the supposed imaginary friend her daughter had previously mentioned? Or might this be something else entirely?
No, this is
and
definitely weird.
unfortunately, there is yet to be a definitive answer to this question.
This one is definitely an odd one.
Now, the following video was submitted to me by Ariane B, who writes that she took this video during a school field trip to the Philippines. It was 2010 when she recorded this, so understandably, the quality isn't that good. But despite being filmed on a cheap cell phone, she was able to capture something pretty noticeable on camera. And of course, what she notices is pretty creepy. According to her, she was taking a tour of an old fortress where many soldiers had lost their lives. This fortress is known as Fort Mills, and the section of this fort that Ariane was touring is known as Battery Grubs, a section where both Filipino and American soldiers had sacrificed their lives while defending against invading forces in 1942. While touring Battery Grubs, Ariane captures this.
Oh, I see that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There's lots of historical places that are haunted. There's plenty of historical places that are haunted.
Now, it's been 15 years since this video was taken, and Ariane hadn't realized what was captured until rewatching this footage recently. On the upper level of this barrack, there appears to be something moving, but it doesn't look like a tourist who is just wandering. Rather, it looks like a moving blurb that disappears in an instant. Now, of course, given the camera's low quality, this might have just been a camera artifact, or in other words, a visual glitch. But it's worth noting that this only appears once throughout the entire video. Never again do we see anything like this afterward, suggesting that maybe this wasn't the camera acting up, but instead something that was actually there. As Ariane believes, this blurb was most likely the spirit of one of the soldiers who
It does
passed away
disappear
during
really
battle here.
fast.
Perhaps this is them still living out the same scenario that played out during 1942, unaware that they're no longer alive. It's a sad thought, but nevertheless, this footage creeps out Ariane. So then, just what exactly was caught on camera at this fort?
It's just the shade.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. Now, it's often the case that videos on the paranormal take place inside a home. It's usually the setting that makes small disturbances feel twice as scary. But the same can be said for any place where something that shouldn't occur happens. Such is the case in this next video, where a group of Philippine students had caught something on camera inside an empty restroom. But as you'll see, it definitely wasn't. Take a look.
Yeah, no, I'm a little skeptical about it, but I also wouldn't be that surprised. Historical sites tend to be very haunted.
Out of nowhere,
Absolutely
the child
not.
crying emanates from inside the restroom.
No.
But the thing is, they're nowhere to be seen. The only thing that is seen are the empty stalls,
Nope.
where just moments ago, the door to one of them began to open on its own. But even without seeing this, the voice alone is pretty unnerving.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'd run. I would run too.
It's enough to make anyone just run away. Now, very little info is available on this clip, but what was captured is just one instance of something supernatural that occurred here. This school is said to be haunted. So
Oh,
then,
great.
was a ghost caught on camera, or had something else been captured? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said, until next time.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because, yeah, no. That's just straight up a no. That's just straight up a no for me. Huh? Was there an ad playing this whole time? Why aren't they matching up? No, the first ones were definitely better, but that last one was definitely creepy. That last one was most definitely creepy. That last one was definitely creepy. But anyways, real quick, I will actually be right back. I am going to go to the bathroom and just stretch myself for a minute, and I'll be right back. Oh no. That phone being dragged was freaking scary, but I will be right back.